Hello friends, welcome to online learning session. I am Miss Yasdi Kai, working as assistant professor in Department of Agricultural Economics, KK Wagh College of Agriculture, Nasik. In our today's e-learning session, we are going to see the planning definition, functions of planning, types of plan, and planning process one by one. So let's start with the planning. The meaning of planning means thinking before doing. It is a method to optimize the available resources and to see in the future. It is the preparation for the action and it is based on the knowledge and research. Definition. According to the James I. Pierce and A.B. Dick, planning refers to the construction of an operating program comprehensive enough to cover all the phases of operation and detailed enough that specific attention may be given to its fulfillment in the controllable segment. So that here James I. Pierce and A.B. Dick says that you have to prepare an operating program which is comprehensive enough so that it can involve all the phases of operation, and it must be detailed enough so that a specific attention may be given to its fulfillment in the controllable segment. Functions of planning. First, to offset uncertainties and changes. As we prepare the planning, we are aware about what are the uncertainties we are going to face in future so that we are already prepared to face that or overcome that. Next one is to focus attention on objective. When we are preparing the planning, we having predetermined objectives, and in a planning we are going in the direction to achieve that objectives so that it becomes easy to give the attention on the objectives. Third one is to gain the economic operation. For every operation we have an estimated cost in planning so that we choose one which is reasonable for our organization, so it becomes an economic operation. Fourth one is to facilitate control. Planning provides the control on every department in our organization. Fifth one, to ensure most efficient use of scarce resources. We are already know that if we have planning, we have all the data of available resources with us so that we can use more efficiently that resources for our organization to give or to get the maximum benefit from that available resources. To check enterprise is on a desired course of action. These are the functions of planning, and if we have planning, we are going through all these functions very easily. Types of plan. Plans are classified on the basis of scope, jurisdiction, nature, time and function. See here, business plan. On the basis of nature and use, the business plan is classified as a standard plan and master plan. On the basis of a jurisdiction, business plan is classified as overall plan and derivative plan. Third one, on the basis of a scope, business plan is classified as broad plan and detailed plan. On the basis of function, business plan is classified as production plan, manpower plan, market plan, material plan and financial plan. On the basis of time, the business plan is classified as long-term plan, medium-term plan and short-term plan. Planning process. Planning begins with the organization determining its purpose and objective in its marketing plan. The first one is the purpose. See here, the purpose should tell the owner, the employee and the public in clear note, concise term what the firm intends to do. For example, the purpose may be to provide a full line of liquid fertilizer to all the farmers in the country. It could be to sell cattle feeding equipment in a country or a region. Whatever the purpose, it gives the firm its identity. Your purpose behind the establishment of that particular organization gives you identity and a reason for what purpose or for what you have started that organization. Your purpose tells you for what you are started that enterprise or organization. The next is objectives. See here, the firm's objectives tells how the firm accomplish its purpose. For example, a business objective could to have the largest selection, lowest price or best service in the area. The challenge is to help those at all the levels of organization understands their common objectives. Policies, procedure and practices are developed to help ensure a cooperative action towards a common objectives and goals. See here, objectives are nothing but the objective tells how you are going to achieve your purpose, and for achieving that purpose, for that you are for what you are establishing the organization, what you have to do is telling the objectives. See, then policies. Policies are used to guide one's thinking process during the planning or decision making stage. The formulation of policies allows everyone to consistently make decisions that are in line with organizational objectives. The policy sets the boundaries within which an organization employee can exert individual creativity. Policies make it unnecessary for subordinates to constantly clear plans and decisions with top management. For example, on-farm equipment supply store in the Midwest instituted a policy that a general manager must approve all the purchase of total rupees 5,000 or more. This is the policy for the institution or purchase department, that the manager only sanctioned the approvals for the purchase of equipment who have total or cost or price more than rupees 500. These are the policies. Or for account department, some policies are like all the departments should submit their bills within a week. This is the policy for the account department for the further sanction. Then next is a procedure. A procedure is a step-by-step guide to a specific activity or a function. In many cases, is a definite need to set out just a precise course of action. A procedure should not be, in the most cases, be applied to the complex task of a long-range nature. Next is a practices. Practices represents what is actually done in the agribusiness, and they may conflict with policies and procedure. Manager have to sure that policies make sense, are relevant and are enforced in order for them to become a widespread practices. A course of action that is established on a recurring basis becomes a practice, often by tradition or habit more than anything else. Practices are nothing but when you are doing a single thing repeated times or number of times repeatedly, that becomes a practice. And for any organization, practice is more important, that makes you more and more efficient in your work. The next is the characteristics of sound plan. First one is the involvement of a top management only at the key points in the planning process. Involvement of a line executive in developing the plan. Do not look for the perfect answer while preparing plan for any organization. Whatever the challenges you are going to face in the future that you are forecasting in a plan, do not look for the perfect answer. Planning must provide realistic schedules, targets and alternative ways to achieve them. Planning should start on a small scale and be expanded only when the executives have learned techniques and have been convinced for their usefulness. Once you are practicing your job, then you becomes more and more efficient, and at the time of when you becomes efficient, at that stage only you can expand your business or organization. Thank you for your peaceful listening.